So this is about Meera, a 28-year-old advertising copywriter. So first session, after she lies down on the couch. She has been feeling depressed most of the time, empty and bereft of ideas at work, and unable to form relationships. We are both silent for a couple of minutes, although I imagine the silence seems much longer to her as she starts becoming anxious. The mix of hope and fear with which a patient begins an analysis, sliding into the latter. The silence heralds the shift in the inner space that is taking place in both of us. I can feel wisps of her anxiety floating through this space in my own body, in the stirring of follicles of hair on my forearms, in the reflexively swallowing motion of my gullet. This is our first shared silence, and I know that over the years, we will experience its many varieties. Silences that will be companionable, others of deep attunement, or ones tingling with erotic energy. But also silences in which she'll try to cast me out, become withdrawn and sad or resentful and angry. And yet, if the therapy has gone well, leave an opening for me to engage her again. But this is the beginning, our first silence that should only lead her away from the spaces of ordinary life and not traumatize her. This is the very first session, and I do not have a feel for how much anxious silence she can bear. To our customary relationship of not knowing, there is so much that is known, and there is so much which is known only in the pregnancy of silence. That I can think of, that is Sudhir, I'm saying I on behalf of Sudhir, that he can think of 5 different things of coming closer, but doesn't forget that there'll also be an exile for him, reserved for him, because this is what the lives of women, collective and individual both, precipitate for them. So there is no way that the analysts will be spared of it. Analysts will have to go through this. But that doesn't also necessarily prescribe that the analyst cannot experience other moments of attunement, coming closer, erotic energy, and so on. I think this is just an exemplar of Sudhir's writing, which is where he becomes not just an independent thinker, but a unique thinker.